evening and good Shabbos.
So, I am not Rabbi Lebo, nor am I Rabbi Foster, nor am I Rabbi Alter. So we have many rabbis, but unfortunately, they're all somewhere else tonight. So I am with you, not unfortunately. I'm happy to be here, happy to have all of you here. My name is Rachel Barrich. I've held many different roles here at Kol Emeth, but for tonight, I am just your sort of Shaliach Tzibor, sort of the helper as we move through our service. So that little melody that you've been hearing over the last week or two is a new one. It is a Blake Singer original, yes?
Yes.
And we are going to learn a bit of it. It is Hine Matov. So the words you know, you can find them on page 340 of your Sidurim if you would like to look at the words. And I will let Blake take it from here.
I promised I would teach you the second part last week. Do you want to learn another part of the song?
Yes.
All right, so forget about all that. It's just, and listen, it's a little different. Hine mahatov unmanahayim Hine mahatov umanahayim shevet hakim gam yachad Hine mahatov umanahayim Hine mahatov umanahayim shevet hakim gam yachad. Sing with me. Hine mahatov umanahayim Hine mahatov umanahayim shevet hakim gam yachad. All right, now we're going to sing the first part, and we'll do that a couple times, and then we'll do the second part a couple times, and we'll go back and forth.
We're really glad to have you here.
Hine matov umanahayim Hine matov umanahayim shevet hakim gam yachad. Sing that again. Hine matov umanahayim Hine matov umanahayim shevet hakim gam yachad. Second part, here we go. Hine matov umanahayim Hine matov umanahayim shevet hakim gam yachad. Hine right, who's brave enough to try to sing the first part, and I'll sing the second part on top,
Oh, no.
and you'll hear how it sounds. Anybody? All right, we'll try it next week.
Yeah, we'll try that next week. Please. What inspires you to write a song?
What inspires me to
I
write a
mean,
song?
why did you decide?
Well, I've never written anything to Hine Matov.
Okay.
And I wanted to do something that was uplifting, that maybe we could do as we walk in for Rosh Hashanah or some happy occasion.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. So Hine Matov means we are so glad to be sitting here together. So that is an appropriate song as we welcome Shabbat, and frankly, Elul is coming, and then the new year soon after that. Mitzvah Gereret Mitzvah?
It is, and it's on
It's
page.
on page 342. So this is one we don't do that often. It's actually kind of an oldie for this congregation. It was written
by Rabbi Andy Vogel, who was one of our assistant rabbis a long time ago before he went off and made his own way.
correct. So it's at the bottom of 342. One mitzvah leads to another.
Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, Avara, Gereret, Avara, oh, Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, la 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 la. Liot Sadiq, Zitov, Zitov, Liot Sadiq, Zeh, Tov Me'od, Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, Avara, Gereret, Avara, oh, Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, la 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 la. Liot Sadiq, Zitov, Zitov, Liot Sadiq, Zeh, Tov Me'od, Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, Avara, Gereret, Avara, oh, Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, Gereret Mitzvah, la 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 la.
And I see on my sheet here that it's time to light candles, and I forgot to ask anyone to light candles. So, if you are so moved to light candles, please come up, and anybody who would like to light candles tonight, come up. We'll do it together as a group. Thank you.
Hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner el Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So, am I on? Yeah, there I am. Thank you. Page 20, as we return to the Kabbalat Shabbat service, the Shabbat, we have services, and then we have pre-services, and then we have post-services. So this is kind of the pre-service. The service will be starting in a little bit, and then the oneg is kind of, the oneg. So we're still in Kabbalat Shabbat, which is the welcoming of Shabbat, sort of before we get to the full evening service. So we will be doing on page 20 the Lecha Dodi, very common for our synagogue, for many synagogues around the world. It calls on the image of the Shabbat bride. And at the very end, we'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to 9, we will rise and face the doors just like you do at a wedding to welcome the bride into our midst.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad tishmi anu el hamirchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Hashem u'tiferet v'li'etela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechuvan elchad Kichi mikor kaveracha Mirosh mikenem nisukah Sof machaseh v'machafat hila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Itoreri, Itoreri, Iva orech umiori, Uri, Uri, Shidaberi, Kevod Adonai, Alanek Nikla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat
Please
lekabela.
rise and face the doors.
Oy v'shalom ateret ba'ala, Am v'simcha v'tzokula, Tok emunei am segula, Oy kala, Oy kala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabela.
See, y'all never know if you stand or sit, so it depends where we're going. And we're going to Reader's Kaddish on page 26. So we finished the pre, and now we're actually beginning the evening service. So as we are already risen, Reader's Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yama devra kirute, Yam lech malchute, Becha chayechon uv'yomechon, Uv'chayede kol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, Uv'izman kahariv, V'meru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, Le'olam ol me'al maya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, V'yitbar v'yitramam v'yinaseh, V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalahol, Shemei Kodesh Shabarichu. Le'olamim kol berchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damihin ran bi'alma, V'meru, Amen.
Remain standing on page 28 for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
La
page 29. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire to be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. And we move ahead to page 34, the Shema, the statement of God's unity and our connection and unity with God.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated as we turn to page 36 and continue chanting the V'ahavta. These were the Shema itself and the V'ahavta are words directly from Torah, Deuteronomy chapter 6. And this part talks about all of the things that we should do, that we can do, that will remind us of our connection with God and to do and God's commandments, mitzvot. There we go.
And you can find the English translation on your handout.
Well,
for
are we going to
you,
actually
Shalom,
do the chanting or no?
if you like.
I don't know. I have chanting, but no.
Okay.
Okay,
let's go
we're
for
going
it.
to chant it. Why not?
You're the boss.
Not really, but sure. For today, I have the mic anyway,
There
right?
you go.
Okay. So we're going to chant it. Actually, since I'm here, we've got a minute because my Dvar is very short. If you look at the Hebrew text, some of you who may be familiar with Hebrew might notice the vowel marks that are kind of common throughout the rest of the books. But this particular piece also has some other marks, and those marks are musical notes. So it's called cantillation, trope. They repeat the marks that you would use to learn how to chant this piece of text from the Torah. So I always like to say, some of you may be aware, I help with some of the Torah reading and training the Torah readers for the high holidays. And if you know how to chant this, I'm sorry, but you know how to chant Torah. So there you go. So together, if you are able. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, vidibarta ba'am, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shafbecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam le'ot al yodecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim le'elokechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem. And now we will sing the translation of that, but we have updated the language. I know so many of you love the thou, but we've moved on. So the updated language can be found on the back side of the little flyer that you got when you came in. Away we go.
And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them gently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they may be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
And now we will turn ahead to page 40, the Micha Mocha, some of the oldest words in the Torah, as we celebrate crossing the sea, getting safely to the other side, and our redemption from slavery in Egypt.
And this is a melody we have not done in a while, but
Ooh.
if you remember Friday Night Live, Craig Talman's version, this is it.
Okay, we're really rocking it tonight.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedabar kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedabar kodesh. Lo radilo, o sefelet, lo radilo, o sefelet, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Malchut Techaru banecha, okei hayam lifnei Moshe. Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedabar kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedabar kodesh. Lo radei lo, o sefelet, lo radei lo, o sefelet, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed.
Yasha Koach, everyone. We did that pretty well. I like that one. Well, glad we're bringing it back. So we move ahead now to the Hashkivenu. No, wait.
We are.
Oh, yes, the Hashkivenu. I'm so sorry. Page 40. So the Hashkivenu takes us a little bit quieter than we've been. This is a song that's inserted specifically because it's an evening prayer. And 42, if I said it wrong, page 42. In this prayer, it was written in a time when it wasn't obvious that you would wake up tomorrow. And even today, we go to sleep and we can only hope that we wake up, that our loved ones wake up, and that the world wakes up in a space of peace. Hashkivenu. The words, the version that we're going to be doing is in the middle of the pamphlet.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom, V'Hamidenu Shomrenu L'Chayim. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Now we turn to page 44. There's two songs on 44. Both of them are about Shabbat. The first, the Vashamru, which is typically what we've been doing in the evening, it's the typical evening, is, well, they're actually both from the two different 10 commandments, but we'll set that one aside. Vashamru is about guarding, keeping the Shabbat. And that's a fun one, and our twirlers love that song, but we're going to do the other one today. We're going to do Yismechu. And Yismechu, Sameach, is all about the joy of Shabbat. And I know you like to do it because that first note.
There we go. Yismechu b'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Aha, Mikadashei, Mikadashei Shavi Shabbat. Shabbat, Yismechu b'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yechashvi'i razita bo kidasho Shabbat. Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malakutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Zecher lemachaseh b'reishit Shabbat. Zecher lemachaseh b'reishit Shabbat.
sounds fun, yes. And the twirlers will find you a place in there to do your choreography, I promise. Awesome. It's all good. We love to dance and we love to have fun, especially on Shabbat. Now we move to the heart of any Jewish prayer service, the Amidah, standing prayer, the Tefillah, the prayer, however you want to name it. It is the same thing. We will, in our community, in just a few moments, we're going to rise and then we're going to chant together 46, 48, and 50, all in sort of one song. So those are the first kind of two plus a preview because we always do extra. So please rise as we join together in the words of the Tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tivtach ufia gita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomei Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imahod, Umevi Gula Lifnei V'Nechem, L'Ma'an Shemo B'Yakava, Melech Otzer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Zrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atarav L'Choshiach Marid Hatal, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berakamim Rabim, Someth Noflim V'Rofei Oholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekaye Memunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Mehelach, Melech Meimit Umekaye, Umatzmiak Yeshua, Venemanatav Lakayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol.
We remain standing and sing on page 52.
Atah Kadosh, V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'Chol Yom, Hallelujah, Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, and your name is holy. Those who strive to be holy, declare your glory day by day. Blessed is our God. Blessed is the one. The whole world ablaze with splendor. Atah Kadosh, V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'Chol Yom, Hallelujah, Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We now give each of us an opportunity to say the prayers that are in our hearts, or you may follow the words on the page silently. Take a few moments. When you are done with your prayers, feel free to sit, and we will come together on page 62 with the Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom bimromav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom bimromav. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all Israel, and for all who inhabit the earth. And let us say, Amen. We will be turning ahead to page 253. At this time, we look to offer prayers of healing to those in our community who might be in need of a little extra lifting up on this Shabbat. So we are saying prayers for Harvey Adelsky, Sherry Alexander, Gary Atkins, Richard Barker, Betty Berlin, Yvonne Binns, Lynn Birmingham, Bruce Cohen, Isidore Cohen, Nicholas Coutrone, Mary Davis, Steve Despins, Mitch Earl, Carrie Ehrlich, Greg Fine, Aaron and Roz Feingold, Laura Florence, Margaret Fogel, Bobby Fredrickson, Lauren Friedman, Max Gans, Nancy Gay, Margie Glazer, Tom Gorgone, Rick Hack, George Campbell Hamilton, Frederick Herman, Braden Hink, Laura Jacoby, Maria Javier, John Jenkins, Linda Jenkins, Shannon Jenkins, Jackie Capstein, Michelle Kringle, Cindy Levine, Gary Levy, Ken Levy, Marsha Levy, Brenda Lewis, Dorothy London, Liz Lyman, Lisa Macklin, Larry M. Melnick, Paul Melnick, Esta Mitchell, Lowell Morrow, Simone Neiman, Arthur Newman, Jacob Newman, Joyce Newman, Lynn Prizant, Kathy Rasnick, Marjorie Romes, Deborah Rowan, Norman Rosenblatt, Sherry Rosenblum, Barry Savage, Lisa Schaefer, Ed Sheps, Brian Schneider, David Schwartz, Nancy Shallett, Randy Shapiro, Louis Sidre, Gail Siegel, Carter Silk, Nicole Aronson Silverman, Debbie Singerman, David Skolny, Arthur Slutza, Mike Steele, Randy Suchke, Dr. Walter Wolf, Yarden Ben Meir Yitzchak, Paul Zale, Shmuel Baruch Ben Dina. If there's anyone else that you would like to mention at this time or correct any of my mispronunciations, as I come around the room, please feel free to speak their names out loud. We join together in the middle of page 253 with our Misha Berach prayer.
Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebe'erach imotenu mekor bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
A few weeks ago, I was visiting the Jewish congregation of Blue Ridge, and I spoke about hearing because we were looking at the Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Tonight, we speak of seeing, Re'eh. Re'eh anochi noten lefanechem hayom bracha uklala. See, this day I set before you blessing and curse. Blessing if we obey the commandments, and curse if we do not. Hear. We hear the words of the Torah. We hear the words of our teachers. We hear the words, the sounds, the music, the laughter, the tears of our parents, ourselves, and our children. See. We see the words of the Torah written in the scroll. We see books and signs and messages all around us. We see the faces of our friends and family. We see people, some in laughter and some in tears. We hear, we see, and ultimately, we do. How appropriate it is that this Parsha comes this year on Labor Day, a day that commemorates the efforts of those who fought for workers' rights during the labor movement of the late 19th century. This Shabbat and for the next 4 weeks, the Torah presents a major collection of legal material that outlines the covenantal relationship between God and the Israelites. Rabbi Rachel Sabath explains that for the Deuteronomists, the ones who created the text, who you are is defined not by what you hear, not by what you see, but by what you do. We hear the Torah, we see the words, we study, we discuss. But in the end, the whole of Torah comes down to just this few final chapters. The centerpiece of Judaism is not simply to know something, it's to do something. When you meet someone for the first time, an often asked question is, what do you do? And the expected answer is your profession, your work. I'm a doctor, a teacher, a retired nuclear engineer, a senior temple administrator. All of those wonderful things that we do. But wouldn't it be interesting to answer the question with, I do good. I strive to be a good person, to be kind, to care for others and myself, to help where I can. What we do is not how we earn our living, but rather how we live our lives. This piece of Torah continually reminds us to choose the good. Each of us as individuals and as a community are told to choose the good and are given rules and guidelines that define what is good. To be Jewish, then, is to strive to do the good, to be closer to God, and to live in God's image by doing things in the way in which God has instructed. As I think about this Labor Day weekend, frankly, I'm glad for a bit of downtime, because when I get back on Tuesday, I have the privilege of working to help create a space for all of us to find our better selves, to find a place to do good. Tuesday evening at sundown is the start of Elul, which means that in just over 30 days we will be gathered here again, likely with a few more of our friends and fellow congregants, for the start of Rosh Hashanah. 30 days to hear. Perhaps we take some time in the next 30 days to listen to. 30 days to see. Perhaps we take some time in the next 30 days to open our eyes and really look. 30 days to do. Perhaps we take some time in the next 30 days to take what we hear and what we see and act to correct some of our missteps, to consider how our actions are impacting others, and to make some changes. For this is the time of doing. A Blessing for Labor Day by Devin Spear. For those whose labors have been unrewarded, and those whose rewards do not match their labors, may we bind to each other on this day and all days. May we refine our hearing and unwrap our own righteousness towards the work of justice for all people, with the knowledge that fairness requires not only working for the benefit of all people, but giving of our lives in such a way that all people benefit from us. Lead us not into the narrowness of our struggle, but into the wider call of people everywhere, so that the promise of a better world is made real by attentive and willing human beings who know not only the value of their life, but the sanctity of every life, to the protection and progression of us all. And may we say, Amen. Good evening and good Shabbos. So now we come to the conclusion of our service. See, we had we had the service, and now we're at the post, I guess, before the oneg. So we will move this along. Aleinu on page 282. I like to talk about this as kind of a buffet, because the book laid this out in a way in which different congregations could choose from a buffet that lasts over 4 pages. So the real Aleinu is 282, 283, 284, 285, 286, and 287. Luckily, we're going to just nibble at the buffet tonight. We're going to do the second paragraph on 282 and then flip forward to 287. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latekedu laliotzer bereshit, shelo asanu gurye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam kelkenu kachem, v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu,
287.
V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad.
You may be seated. We now turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, when we remember those who are no longer with us, but at least with us in body, but of course they are still with us in spirit and in our hearts. On this week, we are remembering those who passed in years past at this season. We're remembering the Yortzites for Morris Amalé, Florence Beckerman, Larry Bowman, Laura Brackett, Francis Friedler, Harry Haas, Lawrence Hart, Bill Heller, David Herbst, Marion Hobson, Ron Hochberg, Ed Katz, Irving Kossoff, Paul Cowell, Florence Levenberg, Morris Levenberg, Rebecca Levitsky, Evan Nicholas Manley, Skip Myers, Kathleen Phillips, Lori Rose, Jesse Sheps, Mark Zimmerman. And we're also recalling those who were taken from us in recent months and weeks. Sydney Schneider, Melvin Kindner, Francis Reef, Sandra Slutza, Mary Thoborn, Erica Goldstone, James Corley, David Rechtman, Judith Siegel, Norman Spitzer, Joanne Hankins, Helene Holtzman, Barbara Rubin Pizik, Mark Newerman, Edith Meininger, Jerry Livingston, Bob Kershaw, Alan Eisen, Patty Savage, Norma Plattner, Philip Meal, Rodney Scott Cohen, Kitty Cohen, and Lila Kaminer. Please rise as a congregation as we join with all who are mourning the Reader's Kaddish on page 294. Yit Gadal v'yit Gadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalma dibarak hirutei v'yamlich malkutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'kala uvizman kari v'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shmei Dekudesha Barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran v'yalma v'yimru Amen. Yehi Shlomo Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing as we say Amen. And you may be seated. So it is my understanding that this is the celebration for our September anniversaries. If anyone is here to celebrate their anniversary, oh my goodness. Why'd they write September? August. Is it still August? Okay, August. I'm sorry. I do have to apologize. I found out I was doing this morning, so I'm a little verschmished. All good, but well, I don't have the treat for the August birthdays. Is anyone here for an August anniversary? No anniversaries. You know, the birthdays are much more popular. But if you missed your treat for the August birthday, I can score you something for after service, okay? So I will invite Sandy Davis up for our announcements. Give you two guesses what kinds of things we're talking about.
Ding, ding, ding.
Shabbat Shalom. We are excited to share that our High Holiday Hub is now live. This online resource has everything you need to prepare for the holidays. From digital ticketing, we're going digital this year. Ticketing information, details on our family programs. Make sure to visit the hub regularly for updates as we get closer to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. On September 13th, we will come together for our first Shabbat Lekulam, Shabbat for everyone. This evening brings together an informational Shabbat service at 6 p.m. with music, dancing, and even space for wiggling for our youngest congregants. We share a meal together as a community at 7 p.m. and then have our traditional, joyful, and music-filled 8 p.m. service. More information on the website. Join Rabbi Foster for 3 Elul learning lessons beginning Wednesday, September 11th, as we journey through the month of Elul. Elul. Yeah.
Say that fast.
Yeah. The month of the Hebrew calendar that precedes our Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. Many Jews find meaning in exploring a Cheshbon HaNefesh. Thank you. An accounting of one's soul. Rabbi Foster is excited to explore ways of introspection based off of this practice to help us prepare for 5785. These 3 sessions may be taken as standalone classes or one 3-part learning course. Sign up at kolemeth.net. Check the Tekiah every Tuesday for more details about everything going on at TKE. Please join us after services for our oneg. Shabbat Shalom.
We just like to challenge her with a little bit of Hebrew thrown in there.
I know the stuff that we...
It's all good. It's all good. Part of it is learning what we do know and what we don't know, and always trying to better ourselves. So we hope that you will take advantage of some of these opportunities. And now, believe we come to the end. Yes, Kiddush and Motzi, so the fun stuff. And for those of you who are online, you've probably just seen one static image, and I hope it's still up, because usually I'm there, so hopefully it's working. So, Kiddush, please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam vorei peri hagafen. Amen. Some
Hala?
helpers. Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread.
Thanks, God.
Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Have a wonderful week, long weekend, and enjoy your week.